According to NEDA Secretary Carl Chua, this lockdown, if you can call it a lockdown, is very different from the one of last year in terms of the impact on the economy. Can you say this with confidence, especially since the first quarter of the year still saw us in contraction mode? Will the second quarter be any better, and will we never return to the levels that we saw in 2020?
Well, in the past, since 1999, the Philippine economy has not registered a single quarter of contraction. We've had 80 quarters consecutive growth in our GDP, and it was only last year when we suffered in the first quarter, negative 0.7%, and then we sharply dropped to about 17%, and then we recover gradually in the third quarter, 8.11% negative, and then the fourth quarter, negative 8.3. So in the first quarter, we did 4.3, negative 4.3. So it shows the progression. We're coming out of the trough. We are climbing out of the pit slowly, hopefully, surely, because of the vaccination drive is underway, and then the loosening up of the restrictions is going to open up various industries, and hopefully activity will be there. People will be able to move more freely, but of course there could be challenges, and one of that would be the inability to handle a third surge, a second surge. We don't know, the variants could come down, because this is what happened in the first quarter. We were very optimistic. The GCQ is underway. We're reopening, and then suddenly you have this variant coming from abroad, and we have the huge spike to 14,000 on a daily case of infection. Now we don't know if this is going to happen. What is our preparation? That's why it's been a very slow reopening. We are government's very careful, and hopefully the healthcare facilities will be there. But you have a buffer and an offset in terms of the vaccination, which is ongoing. That's why it has to be speed up, and we need to achieve the herd immunity. Now, what is different between now and then is that the businesses are on near business as usual. It's moving there. But in the previous year, we had total lockdown. That's why we suffered unemployment of like 17%, contraction in GDP of 17%. Now we're not seeing those numbers. Unemployment is 7% and then 8.7% in the latest reading. So there's been an easing of the very sharp contraction in the economy.